and today I'm recording one of my favorite, excuse the noise there, I'm recording one of my favorite games, and that happens to be, you guessed it, Sunset Riders. It was one of my favorite arcade games for Konami. I know everybody likes the Turtles, right? They do. And I do too, don't get me wrong. I just feel like don't get talked about enough, to be quite honest. And I'm also trying a new recording style, due to the way I was recording before was I was using OBS on Steam Deck and recording that way and playing my games, you know. That way I'd have access to PS2 and GameCube and other stuff, other fun stuff. Well, unfortunately, SteamOS pushed an update out, which is why I'm making this video now. Pushed an update out. Oh gosh, got blown up. Anyway, pushed an update out, which in turn caused a recording glitch. So, like, you can't record. I mean, you can with OBS, but you can't use hotkeys. And it sucks. So I just recorded Bart and Beanstalk last night, and so, you know, it was working last night until this update came out. Until they either fix it or I figure out a problem or way around it, this is just gonna have to be for right now. But at least I can still push videos out and still do other things. Ah, the guy caught on fire. I love the music in this game. Anyway. That way. If I had the 4-player ROM setup, I could choose between Bob, Steve, and Billy, and the other guys. You know, unfortunately, I can only choose Steve, which is fine, but you know, you kind of miss out on like shotguns, other weapons, you know, that you would get otherwise. I mean, Steve's cool. He's a sheriff. He's got pistols and he's got other stuff. And here comes the first villain. I can't think of his name right now, but he goes very hard. So yeah, it takes a lot of influence from Contra, as you can see with the obvious gameplay here. Oh gosh. So one advantage with recording with my phone is I get a webcam, so I can like be in the top center here and start recording myself, audio, and you can see the headset I'm wearing. So that's one advantage. Which by in itself is cool, I guess, but you know, I'm not a fan of recording this way, obvious reasons, because what if somebody calls me and it's like, oh gosh. Yes, I am recording directly from my phone. Or if anybody cares. You know, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. So yeah, there's obvious advantages to recording this way, and then there's advantages like, you know, like I said, the obvious webcam flow. And, you know, it's just, it's a bit of an adjustment, I'll give you that. At least until I figure this out. So, for now, you know, it's what it is, I guess. I'm not even playing, but... One other cool thing, Sunset Riders got released on the Super Nintendo, but I'm playing the arcade version. And it also got released on Sega Genesis, which had its own port. I mean, like, for real, it had its own little port, like, that wasn't even the arcade version. It was just like straight up 2-player. Different levels, different everything. It was completely different. And here recently, it got re-released about a few years ago on this Nintendo Switch. Under one of those arcade compilations. Thousand pardons there. But, yeah. I don't know what's going on here. My microphone's messing up. Anywho, like I said, it got recorded good. As long as y'all can still hear me, that's okay. Let's see. Anyway, what I was saying was it got released on Nintendo Switch. And it was definitely a faithful recreation for sure. You know, it's a full arcade game, so I think it was under the Johnny Turbo line, I'm pretty sure. I'd have to go back and look. I just got a Nintendo Switch 2, so I just have to go back and look and see. Yeah. So there's that, I mean. Alright, so here's your second boss. This guy's a little tricky, to be honest with you. I'm probably going to end it after this because it's getting kind of late. Like, it's like 2 a.m. when I'm recording this, so... You know, how you beat him is just like doing just what I'm doing here. Which, sometimes you hit him, sometimes you don't. But like I said, overall, Sunset Riders is an awesome game. It also got a sequel in Wild West, Cowboy Moon Mesa. It's pretty cool. And Cowboy Moon Mesa also got a cartoon, which is pretty cool. I don't know if it was based off a sequel, but it plays just like Sunset Riders, except for your cows. And you're doing the same thing that I'm doing right now, which is shooting bad guys. And it's got flying levels, and it's got other things. You know, pretty cool. So, oh, this is one way to do it. As you can see, I'm just hopping along. Hop along Steve, right? And the guy's last boss I fought was Simon Griefwell. Which is why I wasn't thinking straight. When it's like 2 a.m. in the morning, I probably shouldn't be recording, but, you know, I am, so... Oh gosh, what am I doing? Yeah, when you hit him enough times, he starts to come down to where you're at, and it makes it much easier than what I was doing there.
You got me.
You got me, partner. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end it there. I'm Joshua Osman, and I'll see y'all in the next video. See you later.